You see this? This needs to be tidied up and cleaned. Hey guys, and welcome to this video where we come back to this study of doom and clutter, where things go to get dusty and die. Now, if you haven't watched my previous videos where I declutter in this study, there's 2 or 3 of them. I've actually lost count now. If you're new around here, to explain, this is a study that's in my parents' house. It was my old study when I used to live here, and admittedly, a lot of the stuff that's in here was mine. I made a lot of this mess. And then, much like, I guess, the reverse of peeling an onion, layers got added. And now it's just in such a state that every time I come in here I think I need to do something about this. So bit by bit I'm working through decluttering little sections of this study at a time, so that 1, I don't get too exhausted, and 2, so I don't get too exhausted. Now today I want to declutter this shelf. It's basically just a colourful layer of dust. And to be honest, it's just filled with things that I collected over the years that I was living here. Although admittedly my dad has added a few extra things to it, like this really loud clock. If you hear constant ticking in this video, I'm really sorry. I did think about taking it out, but for accuracy, I figure it was best to leave it in. Now, prior to shooting this video, I did ask my dad if there was anything on the shelf that was his, that he wanted to keep. He's already taken those things away. I know, it still looks like this. So a lot of this stuff is mine, and you'll see that there are some religious items on here. A lot of those things are actually my mum's, or gifted to me when I was a kid from my mum, and because of that I probably won't get rid of those items, but I might find another home for them if I feel like this shelf isn't the right place. That poster, however, that might have to stay there because I really don't know where else it could go, but also I know that my mum will probably really hate it if I got rid of it. The way that it's half on the wall and half not, I don't know what we were thinking. Anyway, as always in this study, I am accompanied by my trusty friend, the wet cloth, to dust all of these items. So yeah, let's get going. Look at this little trail of dust coming off this Buddha. That's so gross. Okay, trip down memory lane with Frit. Firstly, I mean, this doesn't really recall a specific memory. I have no idea where I got this from. This is essentially an old bar of soap that's gone disgusting. I guess the only reason why I'm showing it to you is because it looks disgusting. That's literally it. So that's gonna go in the bin. This here is a tiny little ring, and I remember I used to wear this ring when I was in year 5, so I was probably about 9 or 10 years old when I used to wear this ring, and the only reason why I've kept it now to show you is because it still fits. I mean, I have the hands of a 9-10-year-old apparently, and I remember this ring so specifically because back in my primary school there was one teacher who wouldn't allow us to wear jewellery. She was my year 4 teacher, and when I moved into year 5 I remember buying this ring, or the predecessor of this ring. And essentially what happened is that I had to go see that year 4 teacher one time, and I remembered she didn't like jewellery. So I took off the predecessor of this ring and it rolled away from me, and I put my foot on it to stop it from rolling away, and because it's made out of basically just cheap aluminium, it got squished, and I was so heartbroken, and I held that against that teacher for so long, despite the fact that she had absolutely nothing to do with that incident. And then I went and bought exactly the same ring again, and apparently that's been sat on that shelf. That's the story of the cheap aluminium ring that I bought twice. And then this is the last item. This is basically a cigarette lighter. You pull on this bit here, and then the little flame comes out of this bit. And also what it does is that when you pull on this little trigger here, it also, if it's got enough battery, plays like a chord. And it's funny, I can't really remember when I got this, but I think the reason why I've kept it is because I have a real Epiphone Les Paul that looks exactly like this, and I kind of think that this is one of the coolest things that I ever bought when I was a kid. I distinctly remember that my dad was in favour of me buying this and my mum was not, and genuinely I kind of am tempted to keep it. I'm just slightly concerned that it's a bit of a fire hazard because I don't know how much is left inside it, and yeah, I don't know, it freaks me out a little bit, so I'm gonna get rid of it, but it is very cool. Can I get a barcode out of it? I highly doubt it. That'll do. Okay, let's finish this off and put some items back on that shelf. Okay, so this is the final shelf. As you can see, I've kept some things on it. My dad requested that I keep the clock on there, and then I've also kept some of the ornaments that were originally on here. This household is a household of ornaments. My parents love ornaments, so inevitably as a child I also ended up collecting a lot of ornaments, and I've gotten rid of quite a few. In fact, in total I got rid of 67 items just from this shelf. But yeah, as you can see, I've left some ornaments on here. I've also rehomed some other ornaments into more appropriate places. I think this is a massive improvement, although I know it would probably look a lot nicer if maybe just the clock was on here. It's also a lot cleaner. I gave it a really good wipe down. It was kind of disgusting. I'm kind of a bit embarrassed to upload this video and show you that, but you know, that's just part of this process. And that's it really for this video. I just wanted to tackle a really small space, but a space that I know that my dad looks at every single day when he sits here and he does his work. Hopefully this will make a big difference. So leave me your comments below, let me know if you've been decluttering recently and whether that's been successful or not. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on Tuesday with a new video. Okay, bye. One day I will nail that ending.